wants to see us all wants to see us all happy and doing well and thriving in life and business. And that's what I love about him and Kathy Gove. His wife Kathy's amazing, and their family of. For those of you who don't know, Brent has 5 children, and then actually 8 children, but five and 3 adopted, and they're all in their adult aging group right now, getting old, getting
It's awesome.
they're growing up.
The empty nest is the coolest nest. I don't care what they say. Oh, I miss my kids. I kind of miss them, but it's awesome being with Kathy all the time. So I do. I love my kids, but hey, they got their life to live. It's great. Don't you be afraid of the empty nest.
Yeah, they do it well. So today we're having him on here to talk to us a little bit about where this is the Agent Attraction Baller series. And this is for everybody who wants to do attraction at a high level, who's like, you know what, I haven't gotten my first agent yet, or I've not had that first person. I'm talking to some people, I'm putting my toe in. And then we have people in here that have hundreds of people in their organization. They're like, okay, Brent, I want to go to the next level. I'm ready to level up. I'm ready to really get after this thing. So it's talking to all of us on this call. So if you're thinking about it, it's going to kind of noodling around the back of your head and you just haven't made that first phone call, we're there. Brent, if you were thinking, okay, I just joined EXP yesterday, or I've been in the company for a little while and I haven't just made that first phone call, what would you do? What would your first steps be?
Well, two things. Number one, everyone write this down. I would treat revenue share like a business.
Mhm.
People treat it like a hobby, and hobbies cost you money. No, you not usually not make money with the hobby. It's usually something you just do for fun, and it can cost you money. Golf is my hobby. I bought over here $3,500 worth of new golf clubs, and I played terrible with them, and I never used them again. Golf is an expensive thing. It wasn't me. It couldn't possibly be me. These are my old golf clubs I went back to, and they're free. They're beat up like 10 years old, but I love them. I hit them good. So right. This is maybe a breakthrough for some of you. The reason, if you're not where you want to be with revenue shares, you don't treat it like a business. You treat it like a paper route, like a lemonade stand, like a lawn mowing business. Treat it with the intensity of which you became a listing agent. For me, it was a 2-year quest to become a listing agent. It was not easy. It took longer than I thought. It was harder than I thought. It cost more than I thought. But at the end of 2 years, I had 18 to 28 active listings at all times. I had no more financial problems. Now I was busy. Boy, was I busy. That means I have 8. Let me translate that to you. Oh, I want that. I want that. And it's great. But can does anybody know how to translate Egyptian hieroglyphics into Hebrew, into English, right? Let me translate what 18 to 28 active listings at all times means. It means I had 18 to 28 little bosses because each seller is a little boss. And some of them get all upset because the sprinklers came on and hit their flyers. And of course, your sign guy put the flyer box right in front of right in front of my sprinkler. And then they hit the flyers, and the flyers drench, and now it's the haunted house for sale, right? Or they're out of flyers. Oh God, we're out of flyers. I need flyers. I need flyers now. And you're like, it's Sunday and you're at church, and you're like, I didn't believe in the devil, but I do now. Anyways, anyways, I'm just kidding, but not. So it was great to have 18, 28 active listings, to have homes in escrow all the time. I never didn't not have homes in escrow. There's always a paycheck coming. It's a wonderful place to be in real estate. But of course, then there's agent attraction. So are we focused on agent attraction today, Shelley?
We are.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
focused on.
So what I would do if I was new, you asked two questions: old dogs, which I am one of, and new dogs. So if I was a new dog, there's two-pronged approach. Number one, who are your best buddies in real estate? What do you mean best buddies? I mean the people you go to the movies with, the people you barbecue with, the people hey, let's go out of town, let's go to the river, let's go to the lake, let's go to the ocean. Your 2 or 3 best buds in real estate. When all heck breaks loose, you call Barbara, you call Pam, you call Tom, you call Steve. Steve, man, I need you. I'm begging you, go show property for me. I cannot do this. I will owe you. I will bring you breakfast every morning the rest of your life. I need you, Steve. I need you, Jill. That person. Those are your best buds in real estate. I don't have anyone like that. I feel sorry for you. Anyways, usually all of us have at least 1 or 2 or 3 people like that. Somebody you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning on a rainy night when you're having a hard time. So it's a two-pronged approach. Those people, you say, I'm coming over tonight. And you just go to their house, or you don't even knock. Like I had a guy like that, James. I would open the door. I never knocked. I opened the door, just went in his house. If you're naked, you should have locked your front door. Okay. Period. That's on you. It's not my fault. I'm your best friend. I don't knock. I've known him for 20 years. Me no knock. Me no knock. That's a word. Me no knock. And so I come in. That's me. These are my best friends. I don't knock at my best friend's house. I freaking walk in the door, go to their refrigerator, and open their pantry. That's what I do. I don't ask. That's rude. It's my best friend. Shelley, do I ask you and Kev, do
Um,
I knock half the time? And the other half, I just come in. I do. And Kevin will walk out and pouring coffee out of his coffee pot. They're my neighbors. Do I open your pantry without asking? Yes or no? Do I open your refrigerator without asking? Do I look in the freezer for a little something after dinner? Yes, these are your best friends. So these people, you go over, shut up, sit down, we're watching this. What is it? I'll tell you later. No, you need to tell me now. No, shut up, sit down, we're watching this. Don't you talk to your best friends like that? I do. See that? Those are golf clubs. And if you're a golfer, you tell them, no, the ball did not go out. It went 100 yards further before it went OB. And you fight like hell. These are your best friends. And so you show them the model explained. You don't need to explain nothing. Shut up, sit down. You're going to watch this. That's number one. And oh, come on, you did. I absolutely did that many times. So that's number one. Number two is the what's the word? The soft recruiting approach, which is very popular today, and I recommend it because you only have so many friends. I had about 8 people that when I was a Keller Williams agent, I said, shut up, sit down, you're going to watch this EXP thing. Oh, I know all about it. I go, no, you don't. Have you seen this particular video? Probably one like it. I go, no, have you seen it? These are my friends. You gotta be a little more dogmatic with your friends. Jeff, shut up, sit down, we're watching this. Dude, I don't want to be in real estate. I own a body shop. Jeff, did I buy vitamins from your wife 5 years ago when you asked me to buy vitamins from her when she was in Herbalife? Well, yeah. I go, Jeff, shut up, sit down. You're watching this, you jerk. And so these are your friends. Don't you talk to your friends like this? I do. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. And so another guy, Vincent St. Louis, he's a computer draftsman and he's got carpal tunnel. He's got things on his wrists. By the way, he's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. He has billions of dollars in sales in real estate. He knows nothing about real estate. He goes, I have zero interest in real estate. That's great. Shut up, sit down. You're watching this. You guys are too nice. So plan number one, shut up, sit down. You're watching this because I let you borrow my car last summer for 2 weeks. You're like, it's time to be the mafia. Who fed you 18 years ago when you were poor and destitute? Call it a favor. That's not nice. Yes, it is. And you remind them how you were there for them. So those are just a small group of people. Had about 8 people. I remember Jeff Willems. He said, dude, we own a Remax franchise. I'm not watching your stupid EXP video. I go, you egomaniac. It's not for you. It's for me. I'm new, but you're already in, Gove. You're excited about it. I go, yes, but I don't want to make more mistakes. I need you. I respect you to look at this. Well, let me tell you all about it. You ain't telling me nothing till you've seen what I've seen. Until you've seen what I've seen, then I'll listen to you. I've seen the videos. No, have you seen this video? Well, I don't know, bro. No. There's a bunch of horrible videos out there. I wouldn't be interested either if I was you. I need you to see what I've seen, then I'll listen to you. And I go, listen, stay at Remax for 30 years. You guys do that? Do you tell people to stay at Compass for 30 years, stay at Sotheby's? It disarms them. This isn't about you egomaniac. Again, I don't know how you talk to your friends. This is how I talk to my friends. You narcissist. I laugh at them. These are your friends. You can insult them. It's fun. And so you say, now shut up, sit down, and save me. I'm asking you to save me from investing more time and energy into a really bad model. Like, I need you to find the fly in the ointment. I need you to show me where it doesn't cut the mustard test. It doesn't pass the mustard test. I need you. Will you help me or not? Jeff goes, okay, fine. I'll get Marcy. We'll watch it. All his defenses went down. Because it wasn't him selling his Remax during MXP. It was him saving his buddy. It was his buddy reaching and saying, it was sincere. I said, Jeff, I won't kid you. I'm over the moon excited about this EXP thing. I think I'm going to sign up next week. I'm pumped. I need you to tell me what I'm not seeing. Because you're like, oh, it's a stupid idea. Well, watch. As soon as he saw the video I had seen, you know what he said? He's like, is this for real? I go, I don't know. I'm asking you. He goes, I'll call you back. He called his coach, who he's paying $10,000 a month to, And he says, I need you to watch a video. And he goes, yeah, okay, we'll schedule a time next month. He goes, no, I need you to watch a video tonight. He goes, I'm not watching the video tonight. And Jeff's a driver like me. He goes, no, you're watching the video tonight, Bob. How much money have I paid you over the years? Okay, fine, Jeff, I'll watch the video tonight. Bob Corcoran, who coached 27 of the Wall Street top 100 agents for all companies in North America, he called Jeff back and he goes, you need to sell your Remax franchise now. He's like, are you kidding me, Bob? He goes, this is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my life. By the way, Bob Corcoran, eventually, a few years later, had his wife join, and they have, I don't know, they have like, I think 1,000 agents in their group, and they make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands for their retirement. And it's not from all the coaching he did. He's old now. Bob, if you're listening, you're old. You know you are. Anyway, so here's the deal. So this is how you do it. So that's the first, that's two-step approach. And then Shelley, I'll give it back to you. But the soft recruiting approach is, hey, in 2 weeks, we have a business planning clinic. I want you to come. There'll be about 15 of us. You're going to get a business planning workbook. I could send Shelley a digital, she probably already has it, but a digital business plan, full color. You print it out in color. It's like 28 pages, gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, like sophisticated. You're going to get a business planning workbook, and you're going to have a plan for the next 12 months. By the way, Dalton, do you have a step-by-step, month by month, quarter by quarter, very clear business plan for what you're going to achieve in the next 12 months? And I shut up. And they usually will say, and Dalton probably does, and it's a rhetorical question. You're going to have to answer the question, Dalton. But they usually go, well, yeah, sort of. I go, no. I'm calling BS. Sort of is not a business plan. If you can't say, absolutely, I have complete, total, crystal clarity, they will say, no, I don't have anything like that. I go, you need to come. I'll be there in 2 weeks. I have Shelley Johnson coming and teach it. She'll probably do about 20 billion in sales this year at her organization. I mean, Shelley, you should figure it out. This month, my organization will close 25,000 commercial, residential, and luxury properties. We will go on record with 25,000 sales this month. That's pretty awesome. And I got to get the dollar volume, but it's billions and billions of dollars a month we're doing. And so, I have this, and this have to, it could be anyone. It could be Stephanie from Lars Heddenberg, and she's done over 200 million a year for 10 years. She's a rock star. She's going to come in and teach it. Nobody knows who she is. The speaker has whatever credibility you give them, and there's going to be 10 of us. And you go, but I don't have 10. You better go get 10. You better go get 10. And you have all your prospects there, and they pour into them. Like, well, I'm going to tell all the EXP agents. Don't you dare tell all the EXP agents. That's a cop-out on your part. You need the pressure. You know what I had in Sacramento when I started? Nothing. And that was a good thing. The problem is you got something. Now, I'm not saying if Shelley and Kevin put on a big event in Charlotte, you shouldn't go and bring 30 guests. You should. But what I'm saying, you need to feel the pressure to fill a conference room at Guild Mortgage, Chase Mortgage, Wells Fargo Mortgage, Bank of America Mortgage, or whatever lawyer you use, lawyer's title or whatever, use their conference room. Why? Because they have pretty glass tables like the one I'm sitting at. See that glass table? And they have nice glass walls, and it's a nice enclosed, defined space, and they're free. Everybody say quietly to yourself, free, beautiful, and free. There's coffee. You know what coffee costs at a hotel? $250 a urn to $400 an urn. That's just the coffee. Oh, you want a screen? You have to rent that from us. That's $500 for the day. Oh, you need text? That'll be $2,500. I mean, it's insane. We ran a cord to the front one time because we needed a mic cord. It was $2,500 to lay a cord on the ground from the back to the front. $2,500 for a mic cord. It's stupid expensive. So you want to use mortgage companies and title companies or the local board. The local board will cost you money, but it's usually a really good deal. Why? Neutral turf. Mortgage companies are neutral. Title companies, lawyers are neutral. Your local board is neutral. You don't record. Like, well, you can't do an EXP meeting here. Why? We're doing a business planning event. I mean, there'll be no EXP banners. There'll be no talk of EXP, but they know the speaker is always EXP. You never bring in an awesome Compass speaker. They have them, an Office Remax or Keller Williams or Sotheby's speaker, because they don't want to join Sotheby's. It always needs to be your speaker, always needs to be from EXP, because they're usually enamored by the speaker. Like, are you kidding me? She was amazing. Shelley is at EXP because that was impressive. Kevin was at EXP. Craig was impressive. Wow, I was so impressed with Craig, his ability to run an organization on the backside, what Craig does. And so everybody has something valuable. Yeah, he's with EXP. Kevin's with EXP. Shelley's with EXP. Or Stephanie's with EXP. Wow, so maybe I missed something. Tell me about EXP. That's soft recruiting events. Now, the difference is you got to quit showing up. I'm there. I'll be there. It's not about you coming. I'm glad you're coming. But if you want to build an organization, it's about you coming with 10 guests. You don't think big enough. Like, oh, 10 guests? Oh, how about 30? 30 guests? Hey, you better make a list. You better start calling and inviting people. And they go, Dalton, I don't want to go to some EXP recruiting event. I go, dude, Sean Kokoska's coming. He was the president of MAPS Coaching, the most famous coaching program ever on the planet of the earth. Sean does billions of dollars in sales. He's going to teach you how to do the business plan or luxury marketing or how to do luxury listings or whatever you guys are teaching on, right? How to master prospecting taught by Jill Pankerton. She sold 100 homes last year herself, and she's mastered the art of prospecting. She's absolutely incredible. For you to even get a seat at the table is amazing. There's only going to be like 18 of us. Start small. I had 5 people at my first meeting. Progress before perfection. Just start. The reason you fail is you never started. You show up to the big Charlotte meeting. I'm here. Do a little one at a title company. Tell no EXP agents. And you fill the room. You fill the room. Now you're cooking with gas. That's pressure on me. Yes, you need pressure. Pressure creates leaders. So it's my 2-pronged approach. One is the direct approach. Shut up, sit down. You're watching this with a smile on your face. Don't take it. Don't you take their stuff. And number 2, soft recruiting, but not with, I have my guest. Here's my guest. No, here's my guest plus 20. I brought 33 guests to a business planning clinic. Over 50 said they'd be there. That must have taken some work. It took some work, but 19 switched companies the next month or two. I'd like to put 19 in your front line the next 2 months. I'm telling you right now, set up a business planning clinic and set a goal to have 30 people there. Then you put 30 of your people there. Amazing EXP speaker. It's all about business planning. And they go, you know what? That was really cool. I'd like to know more. Oh, come to our next event. It's on luxury, how to get luxury listings with EXP. And in the meantime, show them the model explained, show them realty explained, show them what we're doing, introduce them to Shelley, introduce them to Craig, introduce them to other people, get them in the mix, And all of a sudden, boom, 19 on your front line. It's so easy. It's not magic. It's, well, you're just not doing the motion. You could literally stop today's recruiting event or this whole thing, stop it right now, hit pause and watch this about 40 times. Go from amateur to pro. When I went from amateur, I was in real estate for 10 years and I didn't have any listings. Nobody ever called me. I'm like, I never get called. No one ever calls me to list their home. 10 years. I was selling at the time 400 homes a year and nobody called me for listings. They were all buyers. 318 of the 427 sales were buyers I met at open houses. I didn't represent. And part of the problem is people call me to list their home. Say, Shelley, I go, aren't you out by Lake Norman? Yeah. I go, I think Century 21 is really strong out there. In fact, I saw a Century 21 office right on the way into the gates, or maybe that was Long and Foster. I think it was Long and Foster. Go in there next time you're shopping and tell me you want to list your home. They'll help you list their home. I would actually do that. So no wonder no one ever called me for listings because I thought sellers were mean as rattlesnakes, mean as a water moccasin. I didn't like them. I goes, the hell with sellers? They're freaking mean. What are you doing to market my house? What do you mean you want a price reduction? Buyers cry. They cry, take a picture by the sold side. Brent, you made a dream. That's what I like. I like people huggy, kissy clients that love me. But eventually I'm a little league coach. I'm a soccer coach. I have all these kids. After 10 years, it was wearing me out. I got to see the home on a Saturday and I can see the home on a Saturday morning. I'm in top and I'm like, and I got to become a listing agent. That's why they say you got to list the last. It's a 2-year quest, every board meeting, the local board top producer panel talks about listings. I was there, front row, taking notes. Women's Council of Realtors, I was in the front row. It's for women. Don't let men in. Taking notes. Women have something to say. Shelley's got something to say. Tina Call has something to say. Meg Watson has something to say. Felicia has something to say. Ollie, has something to say. Nanette has something to say. I'm listening. I'm learning. Teach me because I'm hungry. And if you're hungry, you will figure it out. And it's easy. If I'll end with this, and here it goes, Shelley. Ready? Write this down. Everyone, write this down. If you do it easy, it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. If you go hard, I mean hard, it gets really easy. It's weird. If you go easy, it's impossible. Well, I'm just going to generically let it happen. Well, how's that going with the weight loss program? How's that going running a mile in under 10 minutes? How's that going? You got to work at it. I want to get married. Do you ever date? No, I never date. Well, maybe you should go on 20 or 30 dates. It's a numbers game. And eventually you meet the right guy, the right gal. And so, same thing with this, you guys. It is not a mystery. It is movement. It is not magic. It is movement. Back to you, Shelley. I promised her I'd only talk for 1 minute in between each call. Was that 60 seconds? I think it was. Go ahead, Shelley. Back to you.
It's funny while you're talking, I was writing down like some things like when you really focus, right? We're on these calls. I was writing down, who I'm going to invite to Puerto Rico, and then I'm gonna count how many weeks I'm going to be here, who I can invite that's not an EXP. Like I'm sitting here doing that because I fall short of these things too. It's like you get stuck in your routine of regular, and then if you stay in the routine of regular, you're not going to ever get to your goals, right? So I love that. One of the things, what was your biggest when you were in Cabo? I mean, it was a massive, massive, incredible event. Everyone there would loved it. I mean, the speakers were on fire. Like when Ed and I like quit talking, we all felt like we could run through a mountain and like crush our
A
goals. And
brick wall. Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was incredible. Like it felt so good to be there and to see energy and how important is it the proximity, energy, being around people who see your vision, who want to be a part of how important is that? And being on these calls and being a part of an organization and really like gathering together as a group, how important is that?
Tony Robbins literally said it's the number one most important part of the recipe. Who you hang out with matters. Proximity will change your life forever. That's why we tell our kids, don't hang out with those kids. They're doing drugs, they're drinking, they're you're gonna end up pregnant, you're gonna end up just, it's gonna go bad. And why do we care so much? Because we know how important it is. Proximity, who you hang out with matters, but somehow you become an adult. You're like, I'm good. People, I have friends at the office. Well, if your friends are average, you're going to be the average of the 5 people you hang out with. And if you want more for your life, you got to intentionally decide, I'm going to raise my level. And when you hang out with people who think differently, that like, "Oh, I'm thinking too small, 10x is easier than 2x. I did, 40 sales. I want to go to 80. How about come up with a business plan to do 400? And then what would you have to do to sell 400 homes? And then go after that and you'll blow past 80. That's why there's a book called 10X is easier than 2X. But when you're hanging out with your friends, they're not reading any books. They're like reading People magazine. They're just trying to sell 40 homes again this year or 20 homes again this year or 10, and they're talking about how hard it is. And everyone else, I know people are like, one of our guys from Remax got back. He was a guest at Cabo. He was so fired up. We could run through a brick wall, right, Shelley? He listed 7 homes when he got back. He was usually, I would go on 7 listing appointments and get like 3 of them. I was 7 for 7 because of the I just could run through a brick wall. I was so passionate. I just mowed down every single listing appointment because the seller's like, I don't know what he's got. By the way, the kid's 23 years old. Dalton, he's 23. I'll introduce you to him. I want you to meet Chris. He's from Tempe, Arizona. He started at 21. He sold 7 homes. He was part-time. Last year is full-time. He was 22. He sold 30. This year, he's 23. He's old as heck. And he's going to do 50 sales this year. Super old. Kid's old, old, old. And he wears a suit and tie, and he's in front of monitors, and he's just grinding. He goes, man, I'm calling. I'm young. I'm strong. I'm not married yet. I don't have a girlfriend right now. He's calling 12 hours a day. Like, well, I can't do that. Well, guess what? You know why he has to call 12 hours a day? Because he looks like Leave It to Beaver. He looks like a child. He sounds young. He looks young. He wears a suit and tie. He looks just like going to Bank of America and he's seen one of those tellers in a suit and tie that are 18 years old. That's what he looks like. And he has to go on listing appointments to convince people who have these 400 or 500, $800 million homes to list with a child. And he did 7 for 7 last week because something changed. So my advice to you, proximity is power. And I'm preaching to the choir. There are 31 of you on here that have carved out time to work on your business, that 50,000-foot level, not just in your business. There's definitely, you got to do both. And I commend you all, but you are the 31 out of 3,000 that could have been here, but you're here. You're in rare air just being on here. And I was always one of those people, but I am an absolute implementer. I take action. Progress before perfection. Take action. So I'm going to show you something. I promised Shelley I would do this. 5 days ago, I didn't do it. 4 days ago, I didn't do it. 3 days ago, I didn't do it. 2 days ago, I've been sick. I'm limping right now. If you could see, I hurt my Achilles heel. I got all kinds of excuses, just like you guys. I said today before this day, I will do it. I will do it. And I did it. So there's my new book, Build, I'm writing. And then I said, I had the chapters written up. Let's see if I can get this. So chapter 1, the vision, I can't even, the strategy. Anyways, it has all the chapter headings. So there it is, a little better. The action, the power. Chapter 4, the proximity, what we're talking about right now. Chapter 6, the personal growth. Chapter 7, the price you'll pay. And chapter 8, baby, the dream come true. And so I have 8 chapters that as I was thinking, I got 2 more I have to write here. So chapter 9, the give back, and chapter 10, the legacy. And so it's going to be 10 chapters. Those are the titles. And now I'm going to put all the nuggets up there that I'm speaking and recording. I'm going to write
While
them.
you're up, Brent, wait a minute. While you're up, before you sit down, show them. So, Brent, I want you guys to look at something. He is extremely visual, and he has his organization. Like, these are his visuals. He's got his book that he's got up. His living room is all whiteboards. He's got his workout mats because that's his focus, right? He's got his other whiteboard over there, the one that has circles on it, that's his organization. So he's identified key leaders that are in his organization, and he set the goals with them to help them get to their goals. So those are his 25 legs in his organization. He's growing to 45 legs. He's going to identify 20 more. And then he's got, what's that, Brent? I forget. Oh, this is your
The
personal.
superhuman protocol,
Yep,
you
your
know,
protocol,
supplements,
one in the morning.
exercise, cold punch, red light, lead bed, ride the Peloton while breathing pure H2O, eat whole foods, blah, 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 all that stuff all the way down. And I work on this every single day. So
And
now,
he's got one in his
now that
kitchen.
I'm back,
Him and Kathy have one in the kitchen too. They haven't finished it yet, but there's one. I saw one in the kitchen this morning that they're working on. I don't know what that one is, but that's another one. But the reason you do that, share with them how important it is to have that
well, how many
that
of you set goals and you find it in a drawer 2 years later, like, oh, this was so awesome. I didn't do anything. You wrote, it was inspired when you wrote it. But you got to, I have to keep it in front of me. So, like that build thing, that thing over here is that board is probably 10 feet across and 5 feet tall. It takes 2 easels to hold it. I don't know if you can see that. It's massive. Guess who's not getting fit to write his dumb book? And it's not a dumb book, but it's in my face. That is my freaking family room. And you don't put a giant thing there, but I do because I'm a little crazy. And because it needs to get done. It's very important that I write the book Build. It's very important to me. So I put it up so I can't forget it. Right. And so put up what's important to you.
I really appreciate you showing them that, because that really is like, it's helped me. I have like papers all around me, and I'm like, I've got to get that's on my list from I had the boards, but I got to get the easels. So I have boards written up too, but I need easels. So I got to get Kathy to
Now
send
order
them.
7 easels from
Yeah,
Amazon today. Do it.
yeah,
Go for it.
it's done. I'm doing
Yeah,
it.
I'm so excited for you guys. You got Kevin and Shelley and Craig. These guys are amazing leaders. You just have no idea. So keep going, and it will work for you. You just when you get committed. How do you think I can get in shape and lose weight and be healthier? Do you, or is it impossible? It's just not possible for Brent. It's not. Go ahead and tell me. Of course, it's possible. It's the same thing with revenue share. We are not pulling your leg. We will pull the with you. We will help be wind in your sails. You just shoot me a text. I'll get on a Zoom with somebody. I'm just a text away. Reach out to Shelley. If you don't have my number, Shelley has it. And let's build together. That's why my new book is going to be called Build. Build a future, build a life, build a heritage, build wealth, build health, build family, build community. I love the name Build. It's my jam. And building friendships for a lifetime. Anyways, it's a fun name and it works for me.
Talk to them like, so here's the thing, they do a three-way call and it didn't work, Brent. We did the three, I got him on the three-way call. Talk about that. Talk about that process,
Okay,
right?
I call this success by the numbers. I talked to 30 people a month and five switched. So 25 I did three-way calls with, and they get scared. The broker dumps on them. The broker re-recruits them. Oh, it'll never work. Someone really they respect just says dogmatically, passionately, it will never work. Which was Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry,
Um,
um, who was the other one? Who?
Dick Dillingham from Remix.
Yeah, Dick Dillingham. There's just a bunch of people that were like, it'll never work. And now they're all pro. They're speaking at our events, you know? And so it did stop me from going and doing it, right? And then success by the numbers. So you're looking for the five yeses. What about the 25 people said no? It totally worked. EXP is not for everybody. Some people are supposed to be at Century 21. It's a big enough marketplace. Remax, independent. You're looking for the lookers. You're not. This is not selling a widget at the state fair. They walk away. Dang, I could have sold them the whammo schwammo, window washer gadget. This isn't that. This isn't like, oh, they walked away from hot spring spas at the fair. They're gonna go probably buy from Calex spas. I got to close them. I'm going to isolate, restate, and overcome the objective and make the sale. Isolate, restate, overcome the objective and make the sale. This is not that kind of like car sales. This is not it. This is a relationship. So you are looking for the lookers. If you talk people into it, I mean, like sell them on, they probably will never do anything. I was looking for the lookers. I wanted people who saw that video, the modelexplained.com, and go, I couldn't sleep last night. I was after meeting Gene Frederick, I couldn't sleep. After meeting Shelley Johnson, I couldn't sleep. After meeting Cliff Freeman or AJ or Kevin Johnson, he blew my mind. You line people up. I have a powerful woman, I'd probably put her with Shelley. I have an analytical, powerful dude, I'd put him with Kevin or Craig. I have someone crazy, put him with Brent. You got it right. I have a Remaxing Keller Williams background, put him with me, right? And so you got to match people up for what you think would be good. And like, well, they talked to Shelley, I need another woman, and you guys are a bunch of dudes, man. And you're like Old Spice guys. And like, okay, well, do you know any other women in real estate that are amazing? Well, yeah, I know so and so. Well, text her, go, hey, would you be willing to jump on a three-way call for me? And she'll say, yeah, I could do it this Friday at 4 and Saturday morning at 10. You tell you do it. Michael Reese, who has 10,000 people in his group, texted me 2 nights ago. Do you know anyone who does luxury real estate in Hawaii? I go, I got two great leads for you. In Maui, oh, you want Dylan Nanaka? Dylan's amazing. And so I connected them, and Dylan's meeting with the prospect and helping them recruit somebody. Michael didn't know Dylan. And I got Sharina on Oahu. She does 100 million a year in sales herself. She sells 5, 10, $15 million properties every year, at least one, and a bunch of 3, 4, $5 million properties, and does 100 million herself. She's dynamic. So you get people, but they're not my group. They don't have to be in your group. Like I talk to people all the time. I have no idea if they're in my group. I don't care. Shelly's the same way. Kevin, Craig, you get amazing. They don't care. We are givers. You don't ask enough. My sponsor, and I'll give it back to you, Shelly. Sheila, my sponsor, I called her 2 or 3 times a day. Like, oh, I don't want to bother Shelly. I wore Sheila out. You know what? I asked her the other day, I asked her how it was going for her financially. She said, Brent, I've become super wealthy through this. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I think I have about 20 million in assets now and cash in the bank and about $20 million. That's pretty good. And it just rolls in every year. I wore her out after 90 days. I called her 2, 3 times a day, 4, 5 times a day. A day. I put her in front of 2 or 3 people a day. What is it you guys are doing exactly? That's what I did. And I created all the momentum in 5 months. I didn't do that for years and years. I did it for 5 months. Here's what real estate agents do. They suffer for years and years and years. For decades, I had been in real estate. I did open house on weekends for decades. I kept doing listing appointments for decades. Every once in a while, you'd list that home and you shouldn't have done it. And they are crazy. But you're like, it's 1.7 million though. It's $45,000 payday. I could put up with some crazy. Then you do the deal and it either never closes or it closes and they sue you. Or like, this one case, this woman worked at Nordstrom's. I could not set foot Nordstrom's for 2 years. I was sick I'd see the sign Nordstrom's and I would get physically ill. Like, you ever had a client that you wake up at 3 in the morning, you go to bed thinking about, you wake up thinking about, and it's not like a immoral type situation, where you're like, oh, you're gonna have an affair with your client. I'm talking about the client who's their head spins around on a 360, it's like, listen to you learn. And going pro is after a while, after 20 years, you and that was a terrible analogy I used earlier, but my point was, you learn to listen to that still small voice who says, don't list that home. It's not worth it. They're going to want a pint of blood and a pound of flesh. And so, same thing when you get someone toxic, don't recruit them to EXP. Toxic people have toxic friends. Birds of a feather flock together. They go get their toxic friends. They get the toxic group at EXP. And you talk about miserable, you'll really be miserable. Who you work with matters. Look for positive people. Find the ones who are yelling for help and throw them a floatable, and save the ones who want to be saved. Let the others go, and it's not their time. Back to you, Shelley.
I really appreciate that, Brent. And it's true. It's whenever you're working with somebody who just you can run with, it makes it a lot more fun when proximity is everything, and being with people that are positive and want to do good. Um, One question someone has on here is like, where do I get my list of 30? People are like, where do I start? How do I start? And I
Great.
know, a great question. Yeah.
So I went through past sales I had. Maybe you're new. I don't have that, Brent. Go to your phone. You go here and you open it up right there, and you go to, I just touched phone and I hit, and then there's my phone. See the little contacts button? And guess what it starts on? There's B Gove, and there's all these people. Now they notice different names, but you put an A, start with the A's, and look what popped up. There's Anthony Alfano, real estate broker. Got him in there 3 times. And then Denise Anderson, I have no clue who she is. Uh, Albie, I got house cleaners, I got appraisers. I talk to appraisers, they know real estate agents. I got someone named Abdul. What's it say? Elite home appraisals. He's in a home appraiser. I got people there. I got Honolulu agents. I just start going through all the A's, and I go, okay. Alfredo Alvarez, this guy's fun. I go, oh, Alfredo, one of the first people I ever sold a home to. I called him and got a referral. And it was doing agent attraction. I just wanted to say hi to him. It was such a good, oh, Alfredo. Haven't talked to him in 25 years. Brent, you remember me. I only did because I was looking for people to prospect, right? And so I called Alfredo. That was fun. And then I go through here. Oh, Art Armstrong Jr. This guy owns billions of dollars worth of real estate in San Jose. And I was selling properties for him. So there you go. And then there's a property manager, Australian one, by the way, Amir. And then so I just went through all the A's. So I'm scrolling through here like I am now. And
Thought
A's,
about
A's. That's all I did. And then I go to the B's. I never got past the G's. And if you were F and beyond, never called you. By the time I got to all that, I'm like, well, I don't know that. Okay, go to open houses, talk to them for 1 minute. There's nobody there. They would call other people. I've had people, they go, oh my God, this EXP agent came, they talked to me for an hour. Brent, nobody came in. They would have called them. They had other things to do. They don't have enough huevos or coconuts to tell you to leave. I got work to do. I would be that agent. I would go to these sweet old men. I go, Mr. Jones, I love you. And I've enjoyed talking to you, the neighbor, Mr. Jones, but you got to go. I got stuff to do. When no one's coming here, I need to fall. This is how I make a living for filming. Oh, yeah. One more story. I put my arm around Mr. Jones. I walk him out the damn front door. We walk him down the street. You did not. I freaking walk the neighbors out. I walk people who stop. They're too talkative. There's nothing there. I walk them out the door. Hey, follow me. And then I go, all right, bye. I got to get back in. I told you. I turned around. No, they keep talking. I said, I love you. I got to go. I deadbolt the damn front door. You guys got to have a little bit more. My secretary's like, your mom called. I talked to her for 2 hours. I go, my mom calls. I talked to her for 10 minutes. And she'll talk to me. I go, Mom, I got to go. I love you. I'm going, mwah. I love you, Mom. Bye. Boom. Freaking get off the phone. Do something with your life. That's your mom, for crying out loud. I'll talk to her for an hour tonight. Okay. But you guys gotta take control of the situation. And so I don't know how I got off topic, but so there's open houses. You can go to Mike Ferry events, Tom Ferry events. You can go to WCR, NAR, NALREP, ARIA. Go get out there. There's 1.5 million, and people who are title reps, people who are home inspectors, people who are homeowners, people who are body shop owners. I have That guy does $1 billion a year in sales, knows nothing about real estate. But I told him, I said, I bought vitamins from your wife. You're going to watch my video. And his group's on fire. They're growing, growing, growing. They had multiple brokers there in Cabo. They're all signing up. They're fired up. I'm actually meeting with the Super Bowl captain when Green Bay went to the Super Bowl a few years back. And I meet with him, I think later today. He was the captain of the Super Bowl team. And he's an amazing speaker. He's also a real estate broker. And that came out of a prospect who he goes, this is my little brother. I taught him everything he knows about football. I told him, shut up, sit down. You're going to talk to Brent Gove. And he goes, yes, yes, Pops. He calls him Pops because my guy's my age. He's like 58 and his little brother's like, 35 and he's a stud. We're talking captain of a Super Bowl team, like an ultra superhuman athlete. But you recruit through people, not to people. Write that down. Recruit through people, not to people. And so it's a long answer, short question. You just start building your list and go through your phone, LinkedIn, Facebook. I printed all 5,000 people in Facebook, don't know them. I get 80 people I didn't know. These are my friends. I don't really, because I don't know 80 of them, but I know 81. Boom, I had on the list. I went through, how many pages? It's a ream of paper like this. I'm like, no, 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 no. Yes, I circled them. Fast as I could. Yes, yes. I made a list of hundreds of names, a few hundred names. I sponsored 25, is done. There's a beginning, a middle, and end. There's an ending. There's an actual finish line. You can't sponsor 25 in 2 years. You have to sponsor 25 in 5 months. It's like taking a can of it's like taking a can of Mountain Dew, shaking it up, and then popping the top. It creates a chemical reaction. You create momentum. You build it hard, it's easy. Build it easy, it'll be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. When you get all in, all committed, game over.
Do you when you're talking about all the people that sponsor, I lost my train of thought actually. Forgive me.
Right.
Sorry about that. It went away.
No worries, no worries. It went away. I
Good
love
too.
it. I'll keep talking while you're doing that. So the next event you have, make a list, make a hit list. I'm going to bring X. I made a list for Cabo. I wanted to bring 40. I failed. I epically failed. Only had 23 legs in Cabo. Nobody had 23 legs or more. I had the most. I had such a big goal. I reset next year 40. I'm already talking to my front line, getting their calendar a year older. March 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. You notice I know the dates? I know Cabo 26 next year is March 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 5 days. And I'm already I go, commit to me, you'll be there. Okay, I'll come. I don't know if I'll have the money. I'll help you with the flight. We'll cross that bridge. But I need you. I want you to say, no matter what I'm going, say it. Okay, no matter what I'm going. Good, you're going, period. Promise me I'm going. You guys got to be more assertive with your people, right? And then go, I'll help you with the flight. I'll help you with the room. I'll find someone that will share a room with you and cut the housing price in half. We'll figure that part out. I'm going to have 40 next year because what it is, you equip them, you retain them, they find value, and then they eventually grow. And that's why I have 40 growing legs because I get them to things. Staying home from Cabo changes nothing. I know a lot of you stayed home from Cabo and you just had an average typical week. The rest of us had a life-changing week. Don't let it happen next year. Don't let it happen next year. My first event, I brought 19 in personal with 19. If I did it, you could do it. I'm like, well, you're crazy. Be crazy. Be crazy. Buy some tickets. Help people.
The Cabo, I just put the link in the bio, and I will tell you, go get your ticket now because you might as well do it. I mean, why wait until 8 months from now and then there's no ticket and you're trying to scour around for a ticket and then you can't get your hotel room. You're in the thing sold out, like sold out. You couldn't even get a room at the hotel. People were calling me like 2 weeks before, Shelley, I really need a room. I really need a room. And I felt horrible because I really wanted them there on this property with us, and they were across the street and they're having to buy like a day pass to come over to the
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah.
So
125 bucks a day to
do
set
it,
foot on the
do it
property.
now. Yeah, so that way you were ready to roll because it's real. I mean, people were like, the FOMO was real. It was one of the best events I've
Yeah,
ever
and when you're
been in my
working
life.
out at the gym across the street, Gary Brecka's not in that gym. He was at the gym at the Hyatt. In the morning, you get up, have coffee, walk on the beach. Gary Brecka's out there. We had 100 people around him as the sun's rising. He's doing breathing exercises. He's stretching with them, and all the super health geeks freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Other people were having they're at the adult pool, which is just means no kids. It's not weird like anything like that. But they're getting tacos. Up walks Ed Milet and Hadley from Nevada, who looks like you, Dalton. He's a young guy. He got to sit with Ed and have lunch with them for an hour. I paid $100,000 for him to speak for an hour. Hadley got him for free, and they had tacos for an hour. Drew Johnson flew back to Tennessee through Houston. Up walks Ed. Drew bought him a coffee. Ed's like, "You're not buying my coffee." Ed's like, "Brent Gove will not allow me not to buy your coffee. I am buying your coffee." They sat and had coffee for 30 minutes. Drew gets on his flight. Ed gets on his flight. Turns out they're on the same flight to Houston. Drew gets in first class because he begged me, "Hey, I worked hard. Can I fly home first class?" Sure, Drew, I got you, baby. Get a first class seat. All the seats are taken. There's one empty seat. Guess who walks in wearing a hoodie and a Sony earbuds or whatever, Dr. Beats? Ed Milet. Ed sat next to Drew on that flight to Houston. They talked for 3 hours. I pay 100 grand for an hour. Drew gets 3.5 hours for free. Now that's a favor. And he and Ed are now golfing together. They're like best friends. Ed thought he was cool. He gets to Nashville. It's like, what the heck, Drew? But see, that kind of stuff happens at the headquarter hotel, not at your Airbnb. Please never stay at an Airbnb. Never. Now, if you have to, because there's no rooms, do it. If you have to stay at a hotel across the street, do it. But that just means your lack of planning. And then get an extra room or two or three for your prospect because you're bringing a prospect. Don't get 30. I'm a big thinker. I got 80 extra rooms one time in New Orleans in 2009, and the market was crashing, and I only needed 40, and I had 40 extra rooms that we had to pay for at Keller Williams, and I made a huge mistake, and it cost a lot of money. So be very careful, but just shows you how big I think. I'm not gonna. I was right there, and I was at the headquarter hotel, and I got 80 rooms. Like dream big. Now we won't let you. We watched who's got what rooms. We won't even let you do that, but they let me do it, and I did it. But you know how many team leaders had 40 rooms full? Like nobody. I dream so big. I land on the moon. Aim for the stars. Some of you, you're right. Like have goals and dreams so big, it forces you to help other people. If you're well, I just want to have this. That means, well, I don't have to help anybody do anything for me to have this. Have big goals and dreams that forces you to take your eyes off yourself and help somebody else, which is what Shelley is doing today. She's got dreams and goals so big. Why? Because her and Kevin need another ranch? Because her and Kevin need more money? No. She's the most selfless person. She has no idea about that. That's not her motivator. Her motivator is changing lives, which is what draws me to Kevin and Shelley. They're awesome. We don't count our money. We don't talk about our money. We talk about you guys. We talk about helping the Daltons and the Ollies and the Felicias and the Jeff Robinsons and the Nanettes and the Dennis Schultz Jr. What's up, Dennis Schultz Jr.? You look like a golfer stud. Anyways, we talk about you guys. We talk about you guys. And we talk about helping you guys achieve your dreams and goals. But you got to lean into it. Back to you, Shelley. I stalled so you could remember your trend of
I
thought.
love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Does anybody have, so like Dan Toth, he's a big team in Maryland doing really great things. I love running with him and Tracy Diamond and Chuck Zepp and all that group. And then we've got Meg Watson on here. We've got some really great leaders on here running great organizations. And Lee Tessier with his organization, we're growing it all over Maryland and Minnesota. What is a team leader like? Getting people to come to stuff like you just start now, right? You don't wait till you wait to come to Cabo. Like you got to start having those conversations now, so people can plan, think, and make a plan. That's why we got the Cabo link up, and that get that going. As far as like when you're talking to your group, I mean, just getting it out there. We're going to be sharing, just so you all know, we're sharing on text messages all the topics that are coming up. Like this Friday, we're just pouring into everybody, trying to give as much opportunity for one, selling more houses. Kevin's doing a talk on Friday with a guy, Ryan Leahy from More Financial, and
That
he
guy's sharp.
Mhm. And Brandon, we got introduced to him in Cabo, but the reason we're doing that is because people want to sell more houses. It gives them an opportunity. It creates some creative financing so people can do that. So that's happening on Friday. We've got we're doing EXP Explains every Wednesday. Craig and I are switching back and forth at 11:30 every other Wednesday. We're doing them live. We're answering questions. When you guys get on, if you let us know in advance that we've got we've got this coming up that you got an agent on. If you let me know, then it helps me know who's on the call. Sometimes I see a name I don't recognize. It helps me be able to have a great conversation with that person. Maybe it might be just me, you, and them. And then I can have a great conversation with them about their needs rather than just going through EXP Explain. I do that anyways, but I tailor it to them. So if you help me with that, that's a wonderful thing. And some of you are attending just so you can hear it again. You can know exactly what that looks like. I love that. So we're collaborating on how to leverage those times we spend together. Impact Worldwide as a whole, we're just really leaning in hard. Our calendar's packed full. We've got the book club. We've got the Let Them by Mel Robbins. We're doing that this month. It's our Let Them book club. Tons of people are coming to that. People are really leaning in because they want to read and it
By
encourages
the
them.
way, we're working on Mel Robbins as our featured speaker for next year in Cabo. We got some really great leads on that. So please pray for me. How many of you would like to see Mel Robbins rocking the stage next year in Cabo? So we have someone who knows her really well, and we are very hopeful. But her fee is $400,000, which is super pricey. So we're trying to get the friends and family discount because that will not work for our budget, not even close. So, hey, I swing the bat. You're watching me. I may strike out, but I'm a swing, baby, just like you guys need to. Back to you. I'm sorry, Shelley, I interrupted you.
I just wanted everybody to know while we had him on the call, like what's going on. So, because I want you guys to hear it firsthand. This is what's going on. There's a lot of great things. A lot of great leaders are running this with me, and Kevin and Craig, and they're just really leaning in. I love it because what happens is when you lean in and you pass down what we're doing for everybody, then they come be a part of it. It takes a little heavy lifting off of them, right? And then you're able to just keep building and growing together. So that's the goal for everybody, is just to help as much as absolutely possible. And like what Brent said, I will tell you this, Brent doesn't have to do this. If he didn't ever want to do this again, he doesn't have to. But guess what? His dreams are freaking huge. I mean, the book is like, it's because you have a bigger vision for everything. And that's what everyone's looking for. They want to fit inside of a vision that they can grow to. And we really appreciate you being on the Zoom with us,
Bet. I
sharing.
want to
And
share this with you. If you're out of the area, copy this. Go to brentgove.com, click upcoming events, Northern California. There's our, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. There's Santa Claus in December, already planned out Santa Claus. Copy mine. You just get guest speakers, pop in title. I copied this from Andrea Beam out of Portland, Oregon. I had like a printed list without pictures. I'm like, ooh, hers looks so much sharper. I copied it. Copy mine. And so if you're in Missouri, if you're in Minnesota, if you're in Vermont or wherever, Minneapolis, wherever you are, start. And so I just want to share it with you, and you copy what I have and start with 5 or 10 people. Back to you, Shelley. I apologize.
events are where it's at. I mean, that's how you grow. When you get your people coming to events, get them inviting people to events. Meg's got one coming up, I believe in April. She was sharing with us that she's doing one, has been doing events ever since the very beginning. And that really is like Skip, I see you on here. Like gather 5 people together and go to one of that cool coffee shop we went to up in Maryland. Just grab a few people and go and talk about real estate and like take the workbook that Kevin put together and utilize the tools we have, because we have tools. If you just reach out and say, hey, what's that workbook you're talking about on that call? We'll share it to you. We'll put it in Impact Worldwide, but we'll actually show you how to actually use it to help you with the growth. So you can use it in your events if you want to leverage it. So anything we can do to support and help, that's really the goal.
I love it. Hey,
Is there
Shelley, would it be cool if people could see the first event I ever did for EXP where I go, I'm going to do what Brent Gove said. I'm going to get Guild or Chase. This was, would it be cool to see my first event? Would that be cool, you guys? Here it is. My first event I ever did. Look at all the people that are in the room. There's 4 people there. The guy in the vest is a Berkshire Hathaway general manager. I said, hey, Kevin, turn around and smile for the camera. There he is. He's actually doing some work at my event on Berkshire Hathaway there. Chris. And by the way, he does billions of dollars a year in sales. He's the #1 seller of real estate in all the Hawaiian Islands today. Sells more than Sotheby's, Remax, and Compass combined, and dominates the Hawaiian Islands: Kona, Hawaii, Oahu, Maui, Honolulu, Kauai, you name it, all those little islands. This dude right here, and there he is, just right there. And he didn't do a lot. It took me a while to get him, but that was my first meeting. So I thought you guys would like that, man. And there's my first day at my new office. Title rep sent me some pictures. I moved out of my Keller Williams. Rented that office at Regis behind me there. And it was pretty cool. And then someone sent me this text and I kept it. Growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is painful as staying stuck somewhere where you don't belong. And I saved that little baby Leah, October 24th, 2016. Did a quick snap picture of that, man. I just the memories are incredible. It was so freaking exciting. And then I started meeting agents and I started saving their business cards. You guys, how do I build a list? There you go. And then this guy, I showed him the plan. I go, this is historic. We're going to do great things together. And now that guy has 4,000 people in his group. He passed away, but that's Rick Jiha. And that's the night I showed him the model, explained, do you take pictures with your people? Do you take selfies? Because I believed it. You got to believe it. It was just so much fun to do this stuff. And let's see if I got one more cool thing. My first set of goals right here. I remember I'm going to have 50 plus on my front line, 75, 100. And I'm going to grow my group to, this was actual agents. It wasn't even, I wanted to have 50 people in my group, right? And then 75, then 100, then 15, then 2,100, 2,900, all the way to 30,000. Look at the date, September 5th, 2017. Every single goal has been achieved. Every one of those is done. We have over 40,000 today in the organization. I have goals up to 100,000 I've yet to achieve. Yep, here's that. I call these big picture goals. 200,000 by December 31st, 2026. Probably not going to hit that. A million agents worldwide by the 29th. Probably won't hit that, but think big, dream big, and you never know. But I thought you guys would want to see some of those, so that was pretty cool. I have one other picture I'm looking for, but I don't see it, so we'll let it go. But take pictures. First time I ever met Glenn Sanford. Boom, I'm a Keller Williams agent. There's Glenn looking a lot younger, 8 years ago, and I go, "Hey, Glenn, can I get a picture?" And that was in March there. So I guess that wasn't the first time. I think it's the first time I met him, but I saved the screenshot in March, but I met him in October. So pretty cool. Anyways, enough said.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Because doesn't that make it real when you see the pictures that he's sharing with you guys? It's like he really did. We all started with like one or two people, and it just kind of it snowballs, and it's fun, and and
Yep.
it's some of the best relationships of your life will happen as a result of building this thing.
Yep. Here's a
That's
funny
fun.
picture. James and I were golfing. I said, James, this lake is like 35 degrees. I go, James, if you jump in this lake, we'll buy a cabin together at Lake Tahoe. He's like, are you serious, Gov? I go, yeah. And we were laughing so hard. And here he is in the lake. He's like, fist pump, we're buying a cabin, man. And that was August 11th, 2017, man. We were dreaming back then. Yeah, and so set some dreams with people, have fun. Are you having fun with your people? It's a core value. Everything. That's why we're in Cabo. Or we're done at 12:30 every day. I want you to go have fun. Do movie night. Have fun. Go to the park. Play volleyball. Rent a houseboat. Are you having fun with people are exhausted? Invite them over for a barbecue. Have a movie night. Watch Top Gun, the new one that just came out. Who cares? You know, have fun with your people. They're not used to having fun. Invite them to a lake house. Well, I can't afford it. Get your general contractor and your mortgage broker and your home stager to chip in a little, and boom, it's paid for. You get creative. Don't tell me why you can't. Tell me why you can. Go
You
ahead,
got
Shelley.
anybody who wants to, you can bring some people down to Puerto Rico. Just come. Like I don't have to be here. You just come and enjoy our condo, bring a couple people and enjoy it. Like go and treat them to something. I mean, they have never been here, and it's a fun spot to hang out at for sure.
And if her place gets full, Shelley just shoves you over here at my place when I'm not here. So hey, you got there's room over here, so it's fine. That's happened too, by the way.
Oh, wait a second. I think it's happened the other way too.
No, it hasn't. But we asked. I think we asked, right?
But wait, I asked.
You did. You asked Kathy, but I didn't know. So I see on Facebook this rockin' party on my porch in Puerto Rico. I'm like, who are these people? I don't recognize them. And they all have beer, And that's, when you see everyone with a lot of beer, they're from Minnesota. because Minnesotans like to drink their beer. I'm like, those are Minnesotans. See, Dalton perked right up, man. Then Minnesotans, they like their beer. And of course, they were Chris Fritch and Company. And it's a Saturday night ruckusy party. And I didn't, at the time, I didn't even know Chris or whatever. It's so funny, man. But yeah, you guys, we're loving, good people. And if her place gets full, I'm overflow. Her house is nicer. But anyways, we're family around here. We love you guys. And thank you for having me on today. Was this good? Are we good?
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All
Thank you,
right.
Brent.
Yes. Oh, you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Reach out anytime.
You
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Good job.
Thank you.